Right, guys, welcome back to Outrageously Related.
Where we laugh, cry, and overshare together. How's your week been?
Yeah, my week's been really, really good. Back in the gym, still on the nutrition. I went to see Zach Bryan at Hyde Park.
How was that?
Yeah, it was so good.
Really?
So good. Do you know when it's just one of them places where everyone's in a good mood?
Yeah.
And one thing I didn't do while I was there was have a sip of alcohol.
Well, I was just going to say this week for me, as well as being very wholesome, like I've been to B&M a couple of times, early nights, I've been reading, I've been playing on my Nintendo, which is very childish. But I feel like we are very much adults now. How did you find the not drinking?
I loved it. To feel so fresh like the next day. And I still had a good time. I think it depends who you're with, where you are, what you're doing. And you don't need to have a drink.
And I think as well, me and you very much, like, we went out last night for food. We both had a Diet Coke, sat in a beer garden, like, it done...
Came home, had a tea.
Yeah. It
Dream.
Doesn't appeal to me. I like a drink sometimes, obviously, but I'm not one of these people that's like, oh, I can't wait for Friday so I can have a bottle of wine.
Yeah, or like, I would never drink in house either. I wouldn't come home and be like, oh, crack this open, never.
I would, like, sometimes me and Jill have a drink in house, like on a Friday night, we dinner, we'll have a bottle of wine, but I'd never just sit in house and drink on my own.
No, it's not me. It never
Fair
has
to
me.
anybody that does though, like,
yeah,
you do you.
I'm just not a massive drinker. My hangovers are not worth the drink. Ever. I can't tell you one time over these last however many years I've drank it's ever been worth it.
Do you know that feeling when you know you've had too much to drink and then you wake up at say 5 o'clock in the morning and you can already feel the hangover you're going to get when you wake up at 10?
You feel like when... Did you used to watch SpongeBob when you were younger?
No.
Oh. Obviously it was underwater, and any time SpongeBob who were a sponge or Patrick who were a starfish ever got out of water and they just start drying up.
Yeah.
And you wake up like that in bed, every body part is aching, your mouth is like the Sahara Desert.
Absolutely not.
I feel like I've laid with my mouth open and someone's just poured sand in there.
Yeah, it's just not worth it. If I'm going to get a hangover, I need to be like on holiday where I think, do you know what? Yeah, I am going to have a drink, or like I'm going to see Oasis in a week and I'm actually feeling as though I probably will have a drink there, but I want to enjoy it. And there's nothing worse than having 6 pints and then your head feeling like it's splitting. Or that feeling when you think, I've done it again, I've had too much to drink, I probably embarrassed myself last night.
But you know, that's me once I have a couple. I'm like, yeah, get the shots. What's a drink? Shutting down. What am I doing?
Yeah.
I've not got the money.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing worse than like one eye on the bank statement.
Oh, don't.
Why did I say bank statement?
On your online
banking. The next day and you think, how did I spend £100 in there?
When I've had a drink, I think I am the richest woman in the world.
Yeah, no, I do.
And I'll get it. I'll get it.
What? Put your purse away.
Yeah, and I think, Olivia, you can't afford it.
And I think, just bought them 2 shots. That's me not eating at end of month. Brilliant.
Looking at my credit card statement like that. Mortgage ain't getting paid this month then.
Gonna have to Klarna it. Klarna.
I'd never use Klarna.
Really?
No,
I've not used it since I got my mortgage.
That's something that we need to talk about. When you get a mortgage, that like period where you know you're going to be getting a mortgage and the like months running up to your mortgage being approved, when I'm like, oh, do you think I can have a gym membership or will it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad now that I haven't got that to worry about for another 5 years.
This is the most adult conversation I think we've ever had. Do you know on a Tuesday night sometimes, back in the day, we'd go out on a Tuesday night, work the next day, sink a few Copperbergs, sink a few WKDs, Wake up next morning, bus to work. 66 into Barnsley we used to get. Occasionally you could get a 67, but
I
it
used
didn't
to
run that
love
often.
67, but it was very unreliable.
Yeah, we're a lot quieter. And now I want to, on my day off, this is how I know I'm old, right? Because obviously I don't work like a normal working week. So I have a lot of days off in the week. I used to get emotional if I had a day off midweek because I think, oh, shops will be quiet, B&M, I can rummage.
I love it. And I have one day off in week every other week, and I think, right, I'll be going at range. And if that day falls when I've been paid and I'm going at range,
Don't want to see me
hates
come in.
to see me come in, because I will get not the little trolley, the big one.
Range, Home Bargains and B&M are what dreams are made of.
Yeah.
Especially if they've had a restock.
This is my favourite day on a Saturday. Get up, gym, go somewhere for a nice coffee. A night, not like a shitty one, a nice coffee. Maybe a little independent coffee shop. B&M. Maybe Home Bargains. Come home. Picky tea.
Oh, picky tea. Picky tea in the summer or picky tea at Christmas?
Oh.
Picky tea at Christmas when you've got stuff in that you don't have in all year.
You know what I fantasise about at least once a month? Them sticky sausages that your dad makes. Them honey glazed ones. You know the ones, don't you? That he makes at Christmas with that dip.
Do you know what else my dad does? And he introduced me to this. And when I tell you now, you'll be like, really? It's like crack cocaine.
Which we've never tried. So we wouldn't know.
Obviously not. It's a figure of speech. Not joking.
We've done.
I'm kidding.
We've never done hard
Wow.
drugs.
Well, everyone knows it's a joke. No one does crack cocaine.
Carry on anyway.
So Philadelphia, the full oval of it, out on a plate, sweet chili. Oh. And you so you can't see, well, you can see the Philadelphia, but it's fully coated in sweet chili with some cool original Doritos.
Done.
I'm telling you now, I can't even talk about it because I will drive to shop now.
Oh, we're having that tonight.
Shall we?
Yeah. Shall we have a picky tea?
Shall we have a
tonight?
picky tea?
Oh, brilliant. If you're my new online coach watching this, no, you're not.
Mind your business.
I'll track it all anyway. Love.
I track macros.
I'll track it all. Love.
Do you know what I mean?
Worry. I'll track it all.
I say it's lighter Philadelphia.
Not the lighter than light though, because it's horrible.
Yeah.
People that like lighter than light mayonnaise are weirdos because it's vile.
Do you get full fat?
I do, yeah.
No, I get lighter.
I might get light, but the lighter than light, it tastes like chemicals. It's horrible.
It's meringue. I've got a dilemma for you.
Go on.
So it's from Six Brown Chicks.
Oh, I love them.
I know. I feel like they put great ones out. So let me read her out. So it says, like many people, 2020 was the hardest year of my life. Lockdown took everything from me.
I loved lockdown.
Right, let's make it about you.
Sorry, carry on.
I was a club promoter and the clubs were closed, so I'd lost my sanity. It's a guy, by the way. I was quarantined with a club friend that I was just passing time with, but I liked her. She cooked and was nice to me. Bare minimum. Okay. In about 4 months, she graduated from a friends with benefits to my wife. Don't judge me. It was 2020. We were locked down and I thought it was the end of the world. We got married without a ceremony. It was sweet. It felt sincere. She got pregnant. I was happy and nervous about fatherhood. I wasn't allowed in
very quick, straight off
I know,
the bat.
it's giving
You've gone in very
whirlwind.
You've gone in feet first.
Yeah.
Straight off the bat. Carry on.
I wasn't allowed in the delivery room when she had my son. I waited in the car overnight.
Oh, COVID though.
True. She came home with my son and things changed. Fast. The lockdowns were easing and she was ready to get back to work. She refused to breastfeed. She said she wanted to keep her breasts plump. Unfortunately, our son had a digestive issue with his baby formula, My wife returned to work right away. She worked at a national hotel chain and I stayed at home with our son. I bonded with him instantly. My wife was more concerned with losing the baby fat and getting her life back. My wife
God.
only showed interest in our child for Instagram. She'd take pics with our son without me and wouldn't tag me. Oh no.
I feel like straight away though, like, why is Instagram a thing like that? Like,
And
when I have a child, I'll not post pictures of its face or of the child on social media because anybody can see that.
yeah.
And like, would you put a picture of your child?
I'd even feel a certain type of way about not immediate family having pictures of the kid.
Yeah.
Because you just don't know.
No, not these days. No, look, when it comes to parenting, each to their own. You do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Like, that's fine. Who am I to judge? But personally, with me, it'll be immediate family. I'll get pictures developed like in old days.
I think we live, sad as it is, a very, very, very scary world where them pictures can go places you don't want it to.
Even your kid's face can be manipulated and...
Yeah, the AI is ruining the world, but that's for another story. Right, let's continue because I've just read the next bit.
Go on.
One guy commented on one of her pictures, "Do I get a discount on the box since a baby just slid through?" Don't know what that means, but I'm going to continue.
What?
When I asked her about the comment, she made her account private and blocked me. They're married. Then she went to work. I sold my mixtapes to earn money. Horrendous. And was a stay-at-home dad. My wife was pulling double shifts at work. I thought something was wrong. Riddle me this. If the entire state is just easing out of lockdown, why is she pulling overtime at the hotel? All conventions or concerts were cancelled. So I strapped my son in his car seat and we followed her. I wanted to see my wife working behind the front desk at the hotel. This is where I must warn you, if you look for dirt, you will find it.
Amen to that.
Yeah. My wife didn't work behind the desk. She had got a room there. I had £100 bill on me. I gave it to the young woman at the front desk and asked her a few questions. I had my son with me and she must have felt bad for us. The woman at the desk confessed that my wife was an escort and she met men and couples at the hotel. My wife was another woman who worked at the hotel that gave my wife clients and a discounted room in exchange for kickbacks. The following morning, when my wife came home from work, I exposed her. It was ugly. You should have told me you were a sex worker. You should have told me, she said in return, you should have told me you were insecure and you proposed out of fear of dying alone. Wow.
Go on.
Sorry. And then he said, yes, I was as fake as she was. Also, I resented her because she didn't stay home to become the wife I wanted. We were playing house and I didn't want to do it anymore. I had to focus on my son. Like I said, I bonded with the kid and I was keeping him. My ex was fine with that. She had things to do. She signed over her parental rights and moved out. That was the end of the pandemic and our union together. All I thought about was that what she was doing with her clients while I was changing diapers. She visits occasionally to give us money and take new pics for her Instagram fans, and then poof, she's gone.
If that was me, straight away, off the bat, you don't know how many people she's been sleeping with, get a DNA test.
Agreed.
But then what if that child that you're the primary parent for isn't yours?
That's crazy because as much as you don't want to be sexist, not many mothers would want to go back to work straight away no matter what you do. They want to...
And if they do want to go back to work straight away and it makes sense for the dad to stay at home, of course, do that if it works for you, but don't lie. Like, do you know what I mean? That's crazy. That is crazy.
The escorting thing. When he's at home, like, looking after your baby. It's even worse that not only are you doing that and he's at home looking after the baby, you're also showing this child all off like your mother of the year.
Yeah.
Imagine you not being the primary caregiver anymore, but still popping in and out. Let me just take a picture of him for the fans.
But a lot of men do that.
They do. One thing I want to talk about is, like I just said, obviously I went to London this week to go and see Zach Bryan. And I don't want to moan about it, but I'm going to.
I'm gonna.
This country is not good when it's hot.
No, I agree.
We're not used to it. As you can obviously tell with the clothes, it's boiling. It's from, well, when I went, I think it were about 28 degrees. Drove down there, stopped at like a tube stop and then got the tube in, so we were a bit out of it. When I tell you, the tube, my kneecaps were sweating. That's how hot. Every single sweat gland that I have in my body were, what is it called? Excreting. Is that a word?
So, yeah. Excavating.
Is it? What is it? Well, sweat were pouring out of every sweat gland I had. And
can I just piggyback off that?
Go on.
I have to go to London sometimes for work, and honestly, when I get on the tube, and I probably do this 3 times a year, when I get on the tube, I think, wow, do people do this every day? Like, it's a sweat box, you're crammed in like sardines.
Nobody's smiling. It's probably the most depressing.
Chat.
Does she?
If I make eye contact with you, have a chat with me.
Oh, it's so annoying. That's one thing about me. I'm very antisocial.
What do you mean it's annoying?
It is. I remember when we went for a coffee once and this guy were in front of us and he not even made eye contact and you went, "Are you in queue?" And he obviously were. And then you start, you do that. I know when you're doing a fake laugh as well, and that's how you start.
Yeah, you're saying that as well, doing it to flirt. I do it with everybody.
No, I'm not. No, I won't say you're doing it to flirt. You do it with everyone. But that's the thing, because obviously this week I'm looking after Hugo, my mum and dad's dog. Everybody wants to talk to me because I've got him, and I just find it extremely rude when I'm walking with my earphones in and they go...
Yeah, but I find it extremely rude that you don't want to chat.
Yeah, I hate it. A lot of
people love a chat.
I'm so antisocial.
I love to chat.
I feel like that's why, even though I'm a northerner, I should have been born in London. Because they don't talk.
No, they don't, and I hate it.
They don't speak. No one speaks on the tube. It is the most depressing place on the planet. Especially in the morning when everyone's going to work. No one wants to be on there.
When it's hot, especially,
That's the only time I would get public transport. When you're in London, because otherwise you can't get a taxi because it takes too long to the traffic.
It does.
But we used to have to bus it to work, didn't we?
It were a bleak time, 2016 to 2018. It were a bleak...
No, because I passed my test pretty quick.
Yeah, but you used to do that day release at college, so I still used to have to get bus once a week. Oh, God.
I know, and it was like my fault. Plate victim.
And it used to stink. And I used to get on bus and you could guarantee there'd be 10 seats and there'd always be some weirdo that'd get on and think, oh, I'll go and sit next to her.
Oh, I hate that. But that's you now.
It is.
She's saying it.
Somebody makes eye contact with me and I'm like, oh, yeah,
you'd be sat here on bus.
Shall I come over?
Somebody would be sat there and they look at you and you'd get up and swing over to them.
That reminds me, once I was getting off bus and you know, like you do have to swing like that. I were doing it and said, like, this is you. I went like, for people that are listening, I'll do an explanation as well. I'm swinging, I go past this woman and I hit her in the face as I'm getting off.
Did she say anything?
She went, oh! And then went, I'm so sorry. Absolutely.
It's just, it is a really somber place, public transport, and that's why I'm sorry this is going to offend people.
What?
But I'm saying it anyway.
What?
This is why if you meet anyone, only time it's not a bad thing is if you can't afford it, because that's fair enough. But if you meet anyone over the age of 18 in this day and age and you don't drive, ick.
Yeah.
Because you're choosing not to do that. If you can afford driving lessons.
I've been there and...
We both have.
What do you mean you'll cycle to me? What? But I was once... Well, I said seeing, I were with him for a while, but I like to block that part of my life out.
I knew it, yeah. He didn't cycle, did he?
The first time I went to his tell me why, there were a push bike outside his front door. And I'm thinking, nah.
He obviously does it as a hobby
No,
for
he used
fitness.
to cycle.
To work.
I don't know, but should have seen warning
Yeah, but that
signs
was the
then.
time when you was with him and I was with the guy that I was at the same time. Neither of them could drive, and we both paid for their driving lessons and got them to pass the tests.
But to cut your ex some slack, he was a literal teenager, not a grown man.
Yeah, no, I'm not slandering mine because I think
I am.
Oh, well, slander yours.
Anyway, we'll not, because
as soon as he gets in car, hey, I've got a mixtape.
something we do need to talk about from the period of time we worked together. I'm going to jog your memory here.
Right.
This is a story about Barnsley Town Centre pre-renovations.
Quite nice now.
Pre-glassworks, pre-salt house.
Pre-glow up.
Exactly. We were in Boots. Christmas shopping. We'd got his apprentice wage, £400 a month, and we were spending it. And there was a woman clearly stealing, like stuffing stuff down her bra and up her top. And this other woman that worked at Boots stopped her.
Do I remember right? There was some sort of commotion at the front door. She started to run and they grabbed her,
They grabbed her. And they went, "You've got something under your top. Lift your top up. You have got something under your top." What did she say in response?
She screamed at the top of her lungs so it echoed around the shop. "It's a Bobby lump!"
Lifted her top up. All this stuff dropped out because she had been stealing, and exposed a pregnant belly. And I hope she's doing well wherever she is now. As she should.
Kids being taken off her, but it's a Bobby lump.
It's a Bobby lump.
And that is, and used to be, an everyday occurrence. I tell you what, sometimes there was a snicket that you'd walk up near where Glasshouse starts now, I think. You used to just walk past and go, needle.
Yeah.
Didn't you?
Yeah.
Do you know, like on a normal street, you go, "Oh, watch that dog shit. Watch that needle."
And when another thing, like on a completely different note, this is incriminating, but I don't care. We used to work with a man, and he did all the computers. And if ever you went on a website that he didn't like, a padlock would come on your screen, and you used to have to ring him and go downstairs and tell him why you'd been on that website.
He did.
And he would stand like this.
Yeah, you'd have to. You were like you were in front of a jury. Can you tell me why you went on that?
At that said workplace, I didn't have and I needed internet for my job. I don't think I had internet for about 4 months. And I needed a new computer screen, and tell me why they were looking on eBay. It were bleak. Bleak.
Of course they were looking on eBay. My wage were £484 a month.
It were a bleak time.
I wonder what they get now. Minimum wage. Not that. You get that weekly.
And there were no, like, kitchen or all, were there?
And the cups were minging because you couldn't wash them.
No, you used to have to wash them in toilets. Can you remember?
Yeah. One thing you used to do is you'd because coffee cups were free for all, you didn't have your own. You'd make a coffee, were too busy, and leave it there for weeks, and it'd get that mould film on top from milk. Yeah, it did. But they weren't a cleaner either.
No, they were, but
she worked one day a week.
Yeah, they weren't very good. What a strange place that were. It were really dark, and
the lighting
dingy.
Was terrible.
It were like you worked on a mezzanine floor, weren't it?
It were horrible, actually. If we didn't work together, if I didn't have you in that place, I would have gone insane. Did we leave at the same time?
Yeah, we did. And I'd mentally checked out as soon as I went. You know when you go for a job interview and you think, I've got this job? As soon as I knew I'd got that job, because I knew I had, because the interview went really well, I'd mentally checked out of that place. I were working at about 5%. I thought I can't be arsed.
I used to Pretty Little Thing.
Did you?
Yeah.
What, on your work computer?
Yeah.
I'm just surprised that he who shall not be named didn't put a padlock on your screen and make you go downstairs and
There was a
tell him
lot of
why.
people at that company that were terrifying. I thought it might be quite funny if we do a little game where we'll do is a 10 but and say things and see what we've rate them, but everything is stuff as exes has done.
Okay, but I'm going to do stuff your exes have done and you do stuff mine.
All right then, you can go first if you want.
Is a 10 but if ever you won a Domino's, he says, we can have one, but I'm not paying.
Is a 3. Is a 3. Is a 10 but he videos himself recording songs and posts them on Facebook.
A 1. Is a 10 but he smells like cigarettes.
Oh God, that's horrible. Is a 10 but like when you're at a family party, he'll message you and ask you to meet him on the street and he's like really old and you're 12.
First off, I weren't 12, so let's not incriminate.
You were 13.
I was 16.
You were not!
15.
You were 14.
I was 15.
You were 14. Right. We're all for you were 14. You were 14.
He's a 10, but you have to say to him at least once a week, please, can we just try? Can you just please try and be nice to me this week, please?
Because I know who that is, he's a -62.
Fair. He's a 10, but you go on his phone and he's took loads of pictures of your mum.
Nah, it weren't his phone.
What were it? Tell the story.
I don't know the full story because it was my dad that found it. So I can't actually recall the full story. If I remember rightly, this certain person had like borrowed or used my dad's laptop, or my dad had lent him his laptop or like an iPad or something. And then we split up and then... No, I know what it was. I know what it was. On my dad's laptop, I think he'd borrowed it and he'd made a file with his name to put like certain things in for work and stuff. So after we'd split up, it might have been a couple of months after or a couple of weeks, my dad were going through his laptop and he saw the file and he was like, oh, I can delete this now. But he clicked on it before. And when he went in it, there were loads of pictures of just my mum for when all 4 of us went on holiday.
What did your dad say?
Well, I mean, I think my dad found it pretty funny, but my mum were mortified. I was mortified.
And his current girlfriend didn't unlike your mum.
I know, she's quite old, isn't she?
And it'd make sense for him to have mummy issues.
It would. Maybe that's what he was doing, he was using me.
To get to Susanna Michelle.
Oh dear. Right, I feel like...
I've got one. I'm incriminating myself here. He's a 10, but first time he ever meets your elderly grandparents, he drops the C-bomb in the first conversation.
Mm.
Do you remember that?
I do remember that. How long after that did you stay with him?
All right.
He's done a lot worse than that. He was very hands-on. And not with work. Right, I think we get off this because I think it's getting into slanderous territory and we could go into a lot more detail, but I think we'll not because we don't want to lower ourselves to their level.
No, we will go into a lot more detail, but we'll do it on Patreon.
When we start a Patreon, the stuff on there is going to be... people will lose the air from the lungs with some stories we can tell.
100%.
But that's for another day.
We'll end it there.
That's it, guys. We will see you again next Friday at 5. Thank you for laughing, crying, and oversharing with us. Bye.